everybody. Today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about the importance of curb appeal if you're trying to sell your house. And maybe you're not trying to sell your house right now, but curb appeal is something that is very important, and it's something that you can build up over time, and just in the event that you want to ever sell your house. Plus, it makes it so that your home is so much more enjoyable yourself. Besides the usual wear and tear on a home when you're getting ready to list a property, if you have the outside curb appeal, that's the very first impression that you're making to the customer when they pull up to the house to look at the listing. One component to curb appeal is the landscaping of the home. Typically in Talbot County and the surrounding areas, a lot of the homes are outside of city limits, and it's not uncommon for properties to have a half an acre or more. And when that's all grass that needs to be cut or watered or maintained, that can actually be a deterrent for somebody that might want to purchase the home. Some types of landscaping I've seen on big properties that I find very appealing our victory gardens are what's commonly called yard to table. These are small vegetable type gardens. They're good for the carbon footprint, and there's less demanding and water hungry, and for fertilizer, and then of course all of those hours on Saturday cutting all of that grass. Your victory garden could end up being just a small plot and buried right in the ground, the plants to grow. Or sometimes in my area, I live in South Beechwood, we have an awful lot of wildlife. So it's not uncommon for your food to table to be stolen from you, from squirrels, bunnies, and deer and such. So I also have seen a type that are in raised containers, and then they actually have a cover over top of them that have screens, and that way the wildlife can't eat and forage off of your food. Those are very nice as well. And of course, another thing that's very popular with buyers is colorful plants, annuals and perennials, that are either planted directly in the ground or in pots to decorate around your home. Right now, dahlias they top the popularity charts in the UK in 2022 because there's so many color variations. They're an absolutely beautiful flower. I also love tulips. Tulips are one of my favorites. I have plots in front of my house all along the front, and they may at the end of the season die out, but they always come back the next season beautiful, even more beautiful than the year before. And then with the introduction of the COVID world that we've been going through, a lot of people are spending more times in their homes. So outside kitchens, fireplaces, pergolas, some of these are very elaborate and even have televisions for, movie viewing. These are very appealing to people at this. I look forward to Saturday afternoons to sit out by my fire pit and have it going, crackling with a beautiful fire, and laying back in my lounge chair, reading my books. And that is how I unwind. And a lot of people really find this appealing, and a buyer would love to go into a backyard that has all of these amenities, and they can just see themselves relaxing and enjoying this home. And if you're not up for sharing your food with the wildlife, it is always nice to build some sort of wildlife, they call it rewilding, or naturescaping for wildlife, that includes food and water features that are natural to the habitat that live around your home. You want their water supply to be as natural as possible, and you would plant sheltering shrubs and fruiting trees and wild native plants that feed the pollinators, which are so necessary, our bees that we need for the planet to stay healthy. This type of rewilding or naturescaping is also good to reduce erosion. There's a lot of problems in the area. I know I had a house on Oxford Road, which my daughter now owns, but the flooding and water drainage can be a real issue. So this type of landscaping can be helpful in that sort of situation as well. And then last but not least, we don't want to forget the dogs in our life. I have two, as you can see, that are my sidekicks and also my co-business partners. It's important for them to be comfortable. So a fenced yard can be a deal breaker for a customer if they have dogs and they want to move to the home and set up living there with the dogs that are like children to them. So some of my favorites is what I use. I have it's a wooden, almost like a ranch type fence that goes around, and then I put a very light chicken wire up so that isn't even visible unless you get up close to it. So it's very attractive, and it goes with the rustic look of my home, but yet it still provides my dogs a way to run around the yard. Then of course you have your regular white fencing that's very popular and easy to maintain. So curb appeal really refers to the value of your property's home exterior. It is part of your real estate that you're offering when you're selling your home. And if a house has curb appeal, it inspires confidence in the home and inspires a sense of being home when you see it as a customer that's a buyer that's looking for that place to stay. Great curb appeal helps sell the home faster. And it usually doesn't, the investment is well worth what you would get out of it. Unlike some other types of, like a pool, maybe somebody will want a pool and that would actually help sell your home. But typically the amount of money that you would put into a pool would be more than possibly what you might get out of it when selling it, unless you truly find somebody who's looking for a house that has a pool. But when you're talking about landscaping, almost every customer is interested in good landscaping. So it's never a bad investment to ensure that your property has visually pleasing landscaping if you are going to be looking at selling your home. Well, that's the end of our tip for today. I'll be back to see you again. Say goodbye to Claire and Levi. I'll talk to y'all later. Have a great day.